Is it too late to learn AWS and become a cloud engineer in 2026? Well, it depends. On one hand, you've got over 160,000 tech workers laid off this year alone. And for 4 months in a row, AI has been the number one reason companies are giving for cutting jobs. Now, on the other hand, the CEO of AWS just announced they are hiring 11,000 entry-level roles this year. So how can both of those things be true at the very same time? Once you understand what's actually going on underneath these headlines, you'll see exactly which side of this market that you want to be on. I'm Suleiman. I've been in tech for more than 11 years, and I've been working on AWS itself for more than 7 of them, consulting for businesses, doing cloud migrations, modernizations across various industries like healthcare, defense, fintech, energy, telecom, and so many more. Anyway, today I run my own businesses across cloud and AI consulting, my software company StudyTech.ai, and my academy, where I've helped more than 900 IT pros, engineers, and career switchers master cloud and land 6-figure roles, including at companies like AWS and Microsoft. Now, in this video, I'm revealing what's actually happening in the cloud and AI job market right now. Why the fear that you're feeling is based on predictions that have already been walked back, and whether it still makes sense to learn AWS and go after a cloud engineering role in 2026 and beyond. Let's start with the fear, because you're probably in one of two camps right now. Maybe you are already in tech and you've watched colleagues get let go. Meta cutting 10% of its workforce, Oracle cutting tens of thousands, and every announcement mentions the same 2 letters, AI. Or you're not in tech at all, but you've been thinking about making a switch into cloud. But every headline that you're seeing is telling you that the industry is about to be automated away. So what on earth is going on? Well, both of these fears come from the same predictions. Last year, the CEO of Anthropic said that AI could wipe out half of all entry-level office jobs within 5 years. Sam Altman from OpenAI said the entire categories of jobs would be, in his words, totally gone. But since then, they've been quietly walking back their statements. Sam Altman got on stage in May, and he said that I thought there would have been way more impact on entry-level white-collar jobs being eliminated by now than what has actually happened. And I'm delighted to be wrong about this, sure. And Dario is now saying that AI multiplies what workers can do rather than replacing them. But that's not all. The data says the same thing. Researchers at Yale have tracked the jobs most exposed to AI since ChatGPT launched, and they found no meaningful change in unemployment for those workers. Now, I can already hear you, but Suleiman, the layoffs are literally happening right now. And you're right, they are happening. But listen to how Sam Altman explained it himself. Almost every company that does layoffs is blaming AI, whether or not it is really about AI. There is a term for this now, and it's being called AI washing. Companies overhired following the pandemic, and cutting staff because of AI transformation sounds a lot better to investors than admitting that you brought on too many people. So the fear surrounding AI is completely overblown. And the irony is that the very thing that you've been told to be afraid of is actually the real reason that cloud engineering is in more demand than ever before. Think about it this way. Every AI product that you've ever used, every ChatGPT answer, all of this runs on servers in data centers. That's the cloud. While AI is the end product that everyone's talking about, the cloud is what actually enables it to reach you. And without it, none of it will work. Right now, that demand specifically for AWS is going through the roof. AWS holds around 30% of the total global cloud market, more than any other provider, and just did around $40 billion in a single quarter, growing 28%, which is the fastest that it's grown in years. And the reason AWS keeps growing like this is actually really simple when you understand it. Once a company builds their application on AWS, for example, a company like Netflix or Anthropic, they don't leave. Their data is there. Their teams are trained on it. They're in the ecosystem. And now AI is making that relationship even stickier, because when those same companies decide to adopt AI, they don't go and sign a separate deal with some AI startup to run their infrastructure. Instead, on AWS, there's a service called Bedrock, which gives them access to models like Claude on their existing AWS account, running inside of their own private environment with security guardrails that they control. And for every company that doesn't want to share private and sensitive data, that privacy and control is the only way that they're even allowed to use AI. So every wave of AI adoption doesn't pull companies away from AWS and cloud, it actually pushes them deeper into the ecosystem. More services, more infrastructure, more complexity. And this demand means that they're desperate for engineers, specifically cloud engineers, who actually know how to build and manage all of it. And the dominoes have already started falling this way as Amazon announced they're hiring 11,000 entry-level jobs this year. Now, you're probably still thinking, okay, Suleiman, that's great, but what about AI agents doing this work? If an AI agent can do my role, then why would I even be needed? The truth is, there are tools out there right now that can build some of your cloud infrastructure or your DevOps pipeline, right? But it's nowhere near being trusted without any sort of oversight in production, because the infrastructure is what the entire business actually runs on. And if the wrong permissions get set or customer data gets leaked, then that's obviously a complete disaster. Companies don't just want speed and shipping features fast, they want the confidence that it's been done properly. And right now, the only way that they get that is a cloud engineer who understands the system, checking the output, and taking ownership of it all. And yes, a lot of code today is being AI generated. But for you watching this video, and you have to be very careful, because using AI to generate your code is like step 2 or step 3 of your journey, and you cannot skip step 1. If you don't understand how to write code yourself and how it actually works, then you've got simply no way of verifying that the outputs AI gives you further down the line is actually correct. It's like blind leading the blind. Now listen very carefully, because this really matters if you missed that point, so just rewind. Because what's happening is your competition and the people around you, that's exactly what they're doing. Copy and pasting AI prompts, and they have no understanding of what's actually happening under the hood. So if you are able to articulate that, you instantly stand out. And the CEO of AWS is saying the same thing. The value of an engineer is shifting. Writing the code itself is becoming less important, but reviewing what the AI produces, understanding the business requirements, designing the systems, that's where engineers earn their money now. Now look, of course, absolutely nobody has a crystal ball for how AI plays out. Even the CEOs have admitted that they don't know anything, right? We've seen it so many times with these AI CEOs saying, AI is gonna take your job, AI is gonna take your job, but all that's doing, they're just trying to pump the demand for their own products. And lots of CEOs just fell for it, right? Now, maybe this level of investment keeps going for another 2, 3, maybe even 5 years. It may be AI agents do replace us in 10 years. But either way, learning cloud engineering and AWS today means that you can win in either future. If AI continues to boom, it grows on cloud infrastructure and companies need people to build, secure, and run it. If AI cools off, companies are still sitting on massive cloud environments and bills that need real engineers to optimize and maintain their existing infrastructure. You're not betting on the product. You're betting on the ground that the products are based on, the infrastructure layer. And when you learn AWS the right way and you build expertise in cloud engineering as a whole, you're not learning one single narrow domain. What you're building is competence across the board. You're learning how modern technology actually works. Cloud architecture, networking, Linux, security, system design, cost optimization, trade-offs. Those fundamentals then transfer across every other technical domain right now, allowing you to move into cloud security, DevOps, platform engineering, AI infrastructure. Wherever the demand goes next, you'll be able to make that shift, because the industry, it will keep shifting, but the fundamentals will move with you. And this means you have this very unique window of opportunity, which isn't going to stay open forever while you sit on the sidelines trying to decide whether it's the right time or not. Because every month that you spend researching the job market and reading about the layoffs, people just like you are getting hired. I said this last year, we're going to get the biggest job market boom in 2026 into 2027. And you can see it now. So many jobs are there. So many beginners are getting hired. Even my own students right now. Cosmin just got hired as a cloud engineer after 6 weeks with us. Mac went from IT help desk to systems engineer at AWS. Rob went from tech support to cloud infrastructure engineer in 7 weeks, and he picked up a second offer from IBM. Salim just landed a cloud security engineer role at American Express on $200K a year. Silas switched careers at 42 and now he's a platform engineer. We've got John, Eddie, Tomislav, Travon, Dominic, the list goes on. Every single one of these people were watching my videos the same way as you are before they made the decision to get my help. So if you're serious about landing a 6-figure cloud engineering role and you've been self-studying AWS, we haven't made the progress that you've wanted, then there's a link in the description below to book a call with my team, and let's see if we can help you the same way. So is it too late to learn AWS and become a cloud engineer in 2026? The obvious answer is absolutely no. But whether you actually land a role at the end of the day comes down to your approach. If your plan is to collect a couple of certifications, click around the console, and spray out CVs, you're going to be struggling. What gets people hired right now is solving real problems using AWS, understanding why you built them, and being able to walk through your decision-making process. As always, I'm rooting for you. Good luck and become undeniable.